the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States.
All aboard!
Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. That's 800-428-9517.
What are you so happy about?
I'm on the pill.
Aren't you two a bit old to worry about having more kids?
Not her, me.
You lost me there, buddy.
Steelman pills. Things weren't always looking up, if you catch my drift. So my doctor prescribed me a little something.
Like Viagra?
Yeah, but that's expensive, and it wasn't covered by my insurance. Steelman pills cost me less than $3 a pill, and virtually the same effect. I just called and got over 40 pills for only $99.
I have this friend who might be looking.
Well, if your friend wants some help, the consultation is free over the phone. No clinic. Steelman Pills sends it in the mail in a confidential package.
I'm on it. I mean, my friend will be on it.
Steelman Pills, going the extra mile to help men with erectile dysfunction.
800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. That's 800-915-9371.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. Glad you're with us today. Arch City Now, Vic Faust here. Pro Joe in the house. Happy Friday. Friday the 13th. June 13th is what we've got going on today. 6:05 is our time. What is going on in your neck of the woods today? Pro Joe alongside. Pro Joe, do we get to see you today at all?
Yeah, sure.
Can we see you?
Sure.
I want to see Pro Joe. There's the Pro Joe, man. You give us half. Oh, there he is. Yeah, we got to get an Arch City Now backdrop or some blue lights or something behind you. We could do that, right?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too hard to do.
No.
Not at all. We're here 6 to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. Glad you guys are with us as well. If you have story ideas, of course, tell us about them. Let's get things going. In St. Louis, it is a rainy morning again, as expected. If you're getting up, if you're listening to us, if you look outside your window, if you're outside, you will see it. Expected to rain, showers on and off all today. Looks better for tomorrow. I don't know, though. We'll see. It's just when you look and you see the forecast, it has percentages of rain falling in this area for the next week, for the entire next week.
Yeah, Sunday looks like the only semi-dry day.
And what is Sunday?
Father's Day.
Father's Day. We can go over some gifts. What are good gifts for fathers for Sunday or for Father's Day?
Socks.
I've always felt it was socks.
Socks. Or a tie. Typical.
Tie. Nobody even wears ties anymore.
Right.
Much. Well, some people do, but oh man, I don't know. What is your gift?
Well, I have one son taking me out for a steak dinner at a steakhouse somewhere, and the other son's taking me to see Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis is in town?
In September.
Oh.
Yeah. But he already bought tickets and everything, so.
Really? And they already gave it to you, your gift?
Well, he told me about it. He didn't give me the tickets or anything.
It's supposed to wait till Father's Day.
Well, he couldn't.
Right?
Well, he couldn't wait. He was excited. Plus, he asked if I actually wanted to go. Like, he wanted to make sure before he bought.
Can I just say, duh?
Right.
Duh.
He's thoughtful, though.
So that's Shane Gillis is coming to St. Louis in September.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where that's going to be held?
That's a good question.
So Shane Gillis is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Rife is coming. They're both here in September.
Yep.
I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, Avril Lavigne was in town last night. We talked about that.
Oh, yeah. I got stuck in that traffic on the way home.
Oh, yeah. So there were people who were there then.
Oh, yeah. That place was packed, apparently.
Avril Lavigne, baby. Dave Matthews up next Saturday night, tomorrow night. A lot going on this weekend. We're glad you're with us this morning. Always say that. Good morning. Happy Friday. You can watch us on YouTube at Arch Central. Lou Info on YouTube as well. X. A lot of people watching us on X right now. And you can comment and jump in on the stream on X and on Google and be a part of the show, and we'll get that up for you. We are also on luinfo.com, everything about the station, the shows, luinfo.com. We are the information station live and on demand at luinfo.com. Talking St. Louis, things that are happening here. So what we do is what's going on in your area, your neck of the woods? What's moving the needle for you? Events that are happening. Who are we as St. Louisans? What's got you going? And we'll do that. Shane Gillis, Enterprise Center, August 9th. So it's August. Matt Rife's coming in September. So those are two big, those are two of the biggest comedians going right now, right?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
and we've got him at Enterprise Saturday and Sunday, or August and September.
Yeah. Can't wait.
That's
Shane Gillis does a good Donald Trump impression.
Oh, he does.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Because I watched him on Kill Tony, right?
Yep.
Another, you'd call that a comedy show,
Yeah,
right?
that's actually kind of where he got discovered, is from doing that impression on
Stop it.
Kill Tony.
That's how he became this popular.
Yep. That is.
And then I haven't gotten into the comedy scene, but if I hear a comedian, I'm going to laugh. So Shane Gillis wasn't really known until he was doing that.
I mean, he was a semi-successful comedian. He just wasn't on top until he did that impression on Kill Tony.
And Trump's I don't want to say it's an easy one to do, but everybody tries to do Trump.
Yeah.
Because
he does way better than me, I'll tell you. I couldn't, I'm not an impressionist though.
No, I know. I get it. No, I'm just glad that he's coming to town. That's freaking awesome that Shane Gillis, now that I think about that, with that Trump impersonation, it's really good.
Yeah.
So he'll be in St. Louis. Matt Rife's not a guy that does impersonations. So, oh, wow. Be at Enterprise August 9th. Yep. Looking it up right now. Okay. You never know what you're going to find out on the show. We appreciate that. Love getting those text messages, those updates on what's happening.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Our engineer Eli sent that.
Is that who our engineer is, Eli?
Mm-hmm.
Engineer Eli the engineer, and you're Pro Joe, producer Joe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Eli, are you with us every day?
Yeah. He's at the studio, at the Kirkwood studio.
Yeah, this is such great programming, but we're working it out. We're kind of easing into the show this morning. I had more technical issues, so we're trying to get those things going out. Arch City Now. If you have ideas for any show topics, ideas for interviews, you can let us know that too. Coming up at 7:30 today, we're going to talk with Chuck Wallace of the Bommarito Group Automotive 500. That kicks off kind of tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Always good to talk with Chuck. He is the hardest working man in racing. There is no doubt about that. I used to think that I worked hard, and then I spent a weekend with Chuck Wallace when we went down to Texas, the Texas Motor Speedway, for a weekend to shoot video, to promote the first Bommarito Group 500 that was coming up. The whole plan to bring racing here. And I think I worked a 15-hour day with Chuck, and I'm exhausted by the end of it. He's like zipping all around, and I'm like, what the hell is that guy on?
He's a race car driver.
Well, he's not a race car driver. He loves the racing.
Yeah.
But man, it was good. It was a fun little deal that we did down there. We took a plane down to Texas and shot video and talked to NASCAR drivers, Indy Racing League drivers, and the rest was history. Okay, what's going on in St. Louis? I don't feel like there's a ton going on. And then when I say that, we'll get hit with a bunch that's happening. And we talked about the weather. Not so great today. It is what it is. We had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think we had 4 pretty good days of sunshine, right? And then today we got some rain. I don't think it's going to be a washout by any means, but there's a chance for rain all throughout the day today and tonight and tomorrow. Temperature's not very high as well. Still doesn't totally feel like summer to me, but it is what it is. You guys, if you're joining us now, you can catch Hot Take Central 2.0 Monday through Friday as well, 8 to 10 o'clock. Kind of bummed out again. I don't know what's happening with the Cardinals. They lost their 5th straight game. Once again, will the real St. Louis Cardinals please stand up? And right now, I think they're standing up and showing us who they are or who they're going to be. And that's sad because there was hope after May. Was it a 19-8 May? June has been a disaster, an absolute disaster, losing 5 straight. I think they've lost 8 of 10. They're 6 games behind the Cubs now for first place in their division. I just don't think there's any way in heck they would be competing for a wild card spot with the other teams, but it is what it is. And then they got shut down by a rookie pitcher making his debut. Now, granted, the kid is awesome and he's going to be good, but still, were you going to say something about sports? That was going to be great.
Yeah.
I was going to hear you make a sports take.
I was just going to say they got comfortable and then, they got a taste of the good life and then got comfortable in June.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. They just don't look good. So the Cardinals go down last night, 6-0, 5 in a row, as I talk about, 6 games out, and they're playing in Milwaukee again. I'm worried. Who knows? They can always turn around and win 3 in a row, but I'm looking at that team last night that showed up. I'm going, uh-oh. They got 3 more games with the Brewers. This is not good at all. But, oh well. This is Arch City Now. Like us, subscribe, share the show, let people know what we have going on here. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. I stayed up late last night watching the NHL hockey game. It was just such a damn good game. I like our Blues, and our Blues are good, but the level of hockey that's being played right now in the Stanley Cup Finals it's above where the Blues are. It just is. It is far above, especially the offensive hockey. Just amazing watching what's happening. Edmonton was down 3-0 in the first period. St. Louis and Matthew Tkachuk had 2 goals right out of the gate. You're like, whoa, Florida's going to dominate them. And then here comes Edmonton. They tied it. Florida then went down 4-3. They score a goal to take a tie into overtime. And then in overtime, Edmonton wins it 5-4. That series tied 2 games apiece. They're headed back to Edmonton for game 5. The U.S. Open is getting ready to start second round play this morning. Oakmont, one of the most difficult courses in the country. 4 under after the first day. I didn't know if the score would be that high after the first day, but it is. 4 under. JJ Spahn, he's leading the U.S. Open golf tournament. There's several well-named golfers in striking distance within 7 shots, I'd say, of the lead, and anything can happen at that golf tournament. So another update there. Golf, a big deal throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area as well. As we go along with the show today, need ideas to take people or take dads for Father's Day on Sunday throughout the St. Louis area. If you can still get a reservation, if there's something that you can do to get a ticket, whatever. And what are good Father's Day gifts? What do dads want? What are people getting their dads? Any and all of that. We're trying to get that out today. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be self-serving at all. Not. I'm being taken to a brunch on Sunday. So I'm thrilled about that. The girlfriend set up a brunch with all 3 of my kids. And I'm like, okay, we can do that. That's going to be a damn good thing.
Perfect Father's Day.
Yeah. And that's wonderful. Thrilled with that. If I'm just around the kids, that works as well too. So
yep.
Grateful to see all those things happening. Art City Now also coming up today. Like we said, we got a guest at 7:30. Chuck Wallace, give us a breakdown of what's happening on racing in St. Louis, the economic impact, what they've got in store for the weekend, why it's a great family-friendly event, why it could be an incredible day to spend with your dad or take somebody. Even if you don't know racing, if you haven't learned about racing, if you don't think you're a fan right now, that can work as well. The chat line, Derek says, how about some peace and quiet? That is what dads want. That's what moms say they want.
Peace and quiet is what dads want when they
sounds like a loud household.
Young kids. Yeah.
Peace and quiet. Derek Pratt, appreciate you checking in from Eureka. We always love it when people check in on the chat lines on YouTube and X and let us know what part of the area you're representing, because we have so many, as I like to say, nooks and crannies throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. Like, subscribe, share the show. It is everything about St. Louis. Derek Pratt, a good friend of ours who we also used to work with on our previous show. Our time today is about 6:19. Getting ready to head into our first break. If there's something that you guys want to talk about today, you know what it is. You let us know. You can also do it at archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, that's archcitynow@gmail.com. Other stories that we'll talk about today. Some news with Nelly. We'll get into that. There's also an HBO series coming out with the name St. Louis in it. We'll get into that just a little bit, and anything else you guys have coming up today. So once again, you can watch us on YouTube at Arch City Now and Lou Info, Arch City Now and Lou Info on YouTube. You can also stream us right now on X at Arch City Now and louinfo.com. Once again, we are the information station live and on demand at louinfo.com. Checking in from the 006 Transportation Denali. That's right. If you need a ride, it's Derek Pratt. Guys, we'll be back with more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust right after this.
The Dave Ramsey Show, weekday evenings from 6 to 9. Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. Yeah, we're a talk station, but not your daddy or granddaddy or great-granddaddy's talk station. We're the new kids on the block. No, not those new kids, just regular new kids. Anyway, the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 online at louinfo.com. And we actually know what all of that means.
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Catch a Cardinals game on your next date night or friends night out. Whether it's love in the stands or laughter with your crew, nothing beats ballpark vibes under the lights. Cold drinks, great eats, and Cardinals baseball. Check out Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium and enjoy happy hour price food and drinks all game long. Every Friday home game. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com and make memories that go beyond the scoreboard. Busch Stadium, where great nights begin.
This is your louinfo.com news update. The Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance is warning about potential post-disaster scams following the May 16th tornado. Scammers can pretend to represent government agencies and offer contract work. Price gouging is also a concern, and if you see sky-high prices on essential items, those should be reported. Scammers can also claim to be affiliated with charities, so do the research on any organizations you plan to donate to. To report fraud, contact the Missouri Department of Commerce. A pedestrian was struck by two vehicles early Thursday morning while walking on Highway 141 in Jefferson County. The Missouri State Highway Patrol said it happened on southbound Highway 141 between Fielder Lane and Romaine Creek Road. An investigation is continuing. A new bill requires permits for all public fireworks displays, including those held by cities, fairs, and amusement parks, be submitted to the state fire marshal at least 10 days in advance. Increased inspections at fireworks stands will also be happening this 4th of July. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
It was your louinfo.com weather update. A few isolated showers or thunderstorms keeping us company through the overnight. We will drop down into the upper 60s. Widespread showers and thunderstorms as we hit through Friday. Our high on Friday will be just over 80. Friday night, 50-50 chance of showers and storms. Overnight, low upper 60s. Chance of scattered rain and thunder on Saturday, a high near 85. And isolated showers and storms Sunday, a high mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Sally Russell for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel. A delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here. And when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Happy Friday. We are rocking and rolling. It is a Friday 13th. June 13th is the day. 6:25 is our time right now. Lots coming up on the show. I had no idea, but Projo is so you're a culinary expert. Talk about our producer. You're a culinary expert. You're a music expert. You're a comedian expert. And
So you use the word
is there
expert.
anything that you're not an expert at?
You use the word expert very liberally, though.
Okay.
I'm a jack of all trades.
Okay.
I wouldn't call myself an expert.
So Projo tells me we come in for this Friday the 13th show this morning, and he's like, there's deals on tattoos on Friday the 13th in the St. Louis area. What?
Most tattoo shops do Friday the 13th deals. Usually, sometimes it's like a little bitty tattoo that's like worth $25. They'll give it away for free or whatever, and it's usually just
Wait a second. You just get a little free. It's like going and buying a burger. Hey, we'll give you a free burger. We'll give you a free tattoo for life.
They'll give you a sheet to pick from because they have little Friday the 13th tattoos that they give away for free.
What? But one that washes off?
No, permanent tattoos.
But
I mean, for kids, maybe they
wait a minute. So there are people that want Friday the 13th tattoos?
Apparently, yeah.
You wouldn't do that.
I've never, no. However, there's a lot of people who do, and it's really just to get people in to see, how clean a tattoo shop is. It's to get people who don't normally get tattoos in the tattoo shop to get their first tattoo.
Oh, it's your first tattoo.
Well, yeah. I mean, for some people, a lot of people get their first tattoo on Friday the 13th.
Really? This is so bizarre to me.
Because they're free in most places.
It's
not guaranteed for all places. Now, Ink Spot and Troy, I know that they're running Friday the 13th deals. I just don't know the specifics behind it. I don't know if it's a discount or if they're free or what it is.
Yeah, it might be time for my midlife crisis. I think it's time for me to go get a sleeve.
Just start with a sleeve. Just go all out. Yeah.
How long would it take me to get a sleeve if I walked in? Does anybody ever walk in and say, just give me a sleeve?
I mean, if it's one color and it's just an outline, then they could do a whole sleeve in one day. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Go get a sleeve, baby. Could you imagine if I walked in with a sleeve? or a Tyson face tattoo, or a
I don't know about Tyson
or
face.
teardrop on my face.
I don't know
or-
about Tyson face, but I think you would definitely look good with some tattoos.
Hell yeah, bring the tattoos on, baby. Best tattoo shops in St. Louis. Give it to us. Let us know. Projo, did you already give yours? Is that what you were talking about?
Ink Spot and Troy.
Ink Spot and Troy, baby. We're ready to have you bring you on as an advertiser. We'll do live tattoos in studio on Fridays.
Yeah.
I'll get a tattoo every Friday live.
Talk about going through some pain for the show.
Does it hurts?
Oh, no, it tickles.
Well, I don't know. Did you have a drink? Some ibuprofen.
Huh?
Some ibuprofen and bourbon cures everything.
Yeah, I did mine completely sober, every last one of them.
Oh my Lord. Here we go. So if you guys want to pop in, Todd from the chat line says, pass. I'll pass on that. Yeah, I get it. Also, Greg saying best tattoo shop in St. Louis. If you want to throw your support out to somebody, you can go ahead and do that. Welcome back into the show, everybody. Not a great day from a weather standpoint. Showers, clouds, rain, maybe some storms on and off all day today throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. No, I will not get one on my lower back.
Tramp stand.
Yeah, I'll do without one of those. Thank you, Todd. Good morning to you, Paul, jumping in as well. Thanks for liking and subscribing and sharing the show throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area and others. This show is all about St. Louis. What's up? What's happening in your neck of the woods? Taking national stories as well and localizing them. And of course, we love your input. Love your input on the show as always. And one of these days, I'm going to figure out the number. Michigan as well. Michigan checking in today to make sure that everything is going well here. Okay. Fantastic. We love it. But let us know. You can always give us a call as well. Phone number 855-282-8255. I think it's the most confusing number I've ever had to say in my life. And that is our phone number. 855-282-8255. Also, if you want to join the show, we'll send you a link. You can just let us know in the chat line, or you can email us at archcitynow@gmail.com, archcitynow@gmail.com. What are your plans for the weekend as well? Let us know that. Another topic that we have kind of hanging there throughout the entire show. Where are you taking Dad? What are you doing with Dad for Father's Day this weekend? What are some ideas or some things or places to do as well? From the chat line, would like to get a 4-leaf clover tattoo to honor my mother-in-law. She passed away on St. Patrick's Day. That's certainly an idea. Thanks for sharing that story. You never know. We'll see. We'll see what's happening with people and their tattoos. Okay. Cardinals lost last night. Another headline, 5 straight losses. My gosh, get it going, Cardinals. They lost 6-0. Couldn't even score a run against a rookie debut pitcher. He's good, but still, come on. They're now 6 games out of first place and just sliding. So they got to get things right. They've got 3 more games in Milwaukee. They could turn things around really fast, but Milwaukee's a team that's charging, while the Cardinals look like they're not so much. Bommarito Automotive Group 500 this weekend. Let's hope the weather holds out. Tomorrow and Sunday, big event throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area over at Gateway, the Worldwide Technology Raceway. We'll have Chuck Wallace on at about 7:30 today to talk about the event and all things that are happening there. Also, St. Louis City SC plays tomorrow, or actually that's a tomorrow game. For a second, I was like, is that Sunday? But that's Saturday. It's a Saturday game. Projo, if you could pull that up for me again and find that. I don't know why I'm having mind block.
I thought I thought they played
Saturday.
on Sundays, but
No,
I'll
okay.
look it up.
I thought it was a Saturday game against the Galaxy, 3:30. I appreciate you doing that. Edmonton, I stayed up late to watch that overtime game. Obviously not on much sleep right now. Edmonton won 5-4 in overtime. What a terrific game. Matthew Tkachuk, the St. Louisan, scores 2 goals. Glad to see him get the Panthers off to a good lead, 3-0. Then they went down 4-3. Then they tied it 4-4 to force overtime, and that's where they lost. U.S. Open golf. As we know, St. Louis is a big golfing community. J.J. Spahn with a 4-under on the first day. He has the lead going into the second round.
So apparently they play LA tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, 3:30, right?
Yes,
All
at
right.
3:30, and then they also play Portland on Sunday.
Back-to-back game. You're
Or
sure?
no,
about-
that's June 8th. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like,
the
wait, they don't
schedule's
play
weird.
back-to-back games. Those guys would
Right.
be torched. Those legs, boy. I don't know what I'd want some of what they're taking if that's the case. And of course, like, subscribe, share the show. You can watch us on YouTube, Arch City Now, Lou Info, and of course, you can stream us on X at Arch City Now right now. And you can stream everything that's happening with the show, louinfo.com. Once again, louinfo.com. Happy Father's Day to us from the chat line. Thank you so much. Looking forward to that good weekend, just seeing the kids and doing everything that we can there. Okay. Another interesting story here. We talked about it yesterday because on Wednesday, there were some protests around the country. There was a small one in St. Louis on Tam Avenue. There are supposed to be scheduled events against the president, President Trump, scheduled for Saturday, tomorrow, and his immigration policies, which are interesting because if you get into the political realm, most Americans are supporting everything that's happening with immigration. However, there are people who don't, and you're allowed to have your opinion. That's First Right Amendment opportunities. But if you're breaking the law while you're protesting or making people feel unsafe, you can't do it. There's going to be an issue. So in regards to the possibility of these planned protests, whether paid for or not, it doesn't matter. Governor Mike Kehoe from the state of Missouri has gone ahead and activated the National Guard throughout the state of Missouri, throughout St. Louis. So we'll see, what that means, what happens. They'll be on guard just to make sure that nobody is dealing with any kind of problems throughout the state of Missouri.
I mean, I think that's a little preemptive. I mean, everybody's been peaceful so far in Missouri. I mean, it's needed in LA. However, National Guard in Missouri, is that really necessary right now?
Well, the governor in the state's saying it's a proactive approach, rather, because of what they've seen around the country. They want to be proactive to make sure we don't see anything like what happened before. The demonstrators that lined Tam Avenue on Wednesday, they were waving flags, holding signs, protesting the president and administration. But then, of course, we've been told there are additional protests planned across the state and the country for Saturday. And it's interesting, too, because, there's a military parade to celebrate our country's military, and it's also the president's birthday. So why can't we all just get along? Mike Kehoe says, quote, "We respect and will defend the right to peacefully protest, but we will not tolerate violence or lawlessness in our state." That's strong. Any leader, Republican or Democrat, that's strong. He goes on to say, while other states may wait for chaos to ensue, the state of Missouri is taking a proactive approach in the event that assistance is needed to support local law enforcement in protecting our citizens and communities. By the way, the protests in LA have led to a curfew because of, we've seen it, vandalism, violence, lawlessness. The movement is opposing the federal immigration enforcement actions. And, it's happening around the country. So Kehoe is trying to head that off right now and stop what he can. By the way, we'll continue to follow that. He also has we're going to have Mike on. I think he's gone next week, but the week after. I talked to his assistant. Mike's good. He joined our former show. He's a St. Louisan through and through, born and raised, humble beginnings. He's really taken a proactive approach in trying to rebuild St. Louis and the city of St. Louis, where he grew up in the city, before being a self-made man via the car industry and making a name for himself in politics. So Mike Kehoe will be joining us in the next week and a half. But I said it'll be a different kind of interview. It's not a political interview. It's a get to know Mike more. Sports, what he's up to, because he's a really likable guy. And I'm taking politics out of it. I used to say this about Sam Page, and I know people, he was a lightning rod for controversy in St. Louis County. But I was at an event with him about 2.5 years ago, and at that point in time, I was not a big fan of everything that was happening from a COVID standpoint. We're all allowed to have our opinions. But I had never and I'd done some interviews with him on the previous job that I was working, and he was very buttoned up. And But when I was at an event with him and he was having a drink, do you remember I used to say this? He was a likable guy. I know. At the event I was at, I was like, maybe it was expectations. As we know, everything in life is expectations. Under promise, over deliver. Never over promise and then not be able to get the deal done. But I don't know. He was, I know. And people are like, what? How could you say that? We can't stand this or that, blah, blah, blah. And he was just likable. So thanks for jumping in on the show, by the way, guys. YouTube, jump in on the chat line, say hi, let us know where you're from. Father's Day gifts. Where are you taking your father? What would be a good gift? And then you can watch us at luinfo.com. It's time for our break. We come back. We'll also tell you about what's happening with Nelly. Nelly's got a reality show. Maybe you care, maybe you don't. He and his girlfriend have rekindled their romance over the past few years. And now there's a reality show. We'll get into that, plus other news of the morning. This is Arch City Now. We are your information station, live and on demand at luinfo.com.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high energy, high impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of the city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station.
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Catch a Cardinals game on your next date night or friends night out. Whether it's love in the stands or laughter with your crew, nothing beats ballpark vibes under the lights. Cold drinks, great eats, and Cardinals baseball. Check out Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium and enjoy happy hour price food and drinks all game long. Every Friday home game. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com and make memories that go beyond the scoreboard. Busch Stadium, where great nights begin.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. The Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance is warning about potential post-disaster scams following the May 16th tornado. Scammers can pretend to represent government agencies and offer contract work. Price gouging is also a concern, and if you see sky-high prices on essential items, those should be reported. Scammers can also claim to be affiliated with charities, so do the research on any organizations you plan to donate to. To report fraud, contact the Missouri Department of Commerce. A pedestrian was struck by two vehicles early Thursday morning while walking on Highway 141 in Jefferson County. Missouri State Highway Patrol said it happened on southbound Highway 141 between Fielder Lane and Romaine Creek Road. An investigation is continuing. A new bill requires permits for all public fireworks displays, including those held by cities, fairs, and amusement parks, to be submitted to the state fire marshal at least 10 days in advance. Increased inspections at fireworks stands will also be happening this 4th of July. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com. I'm Jen Austin.
Here's your luinfo.com weather update. Some showers and thunderstorms around the area today. Low pressure from the southern plains moving up into our area. Going up to 80 on the afternoon high. Rain looks pretty likely overnight. Cloudy and we're in the upper 60s. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. Mid-80s and maybe a shower or two on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com.
Looking to get organized and support local? At St. Louis Closet Company, we've been designing custom closets and storage solutions right here in St. Louis for over 30 years. From walk-in closets to home offices and even pantries. We create personalized, organized spaces to fit your lifestyle and your space. Built locally and installed professionally. Call 314-781-9000 for your free estimate or visit stlouisclosetco.com today.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
590 AM, just like any other St. Louisan. We may go away, but we always come back. The Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Get your content when you want it, how you want it. louinfo.com.
Woo!
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. If you use a laptop, sure, or a computer system, you get used to using a mouse. And then when you can't use a mouse, it is a big deal. I'm sorry, that's a big deal. So I'm operating this morning without my mouse, getting all the information, the stories. We are a live show. We're bringing you the latest and greatest from St. Louis right now. All the news stories that are happening. And of course, we love it when you guys do that as well. This is Arch City Now. What's happening in the Lou? What's happening in your neck of the woods? We love to give those shout outs. We need your help for that. What's got the needle moving for you today? What are you excited about? What are you not? What's happening for the weekend? What are you guys doing for Father's Day? What are some good gifts for fathers? What are some good places or things to do with your fathers throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area? Just let us know. You can jump in on the chat line. You can do that through YouTube, where you watch us at Arch City Now. You can also watch us on YouTube at Lou Info. And of course, we're streaming live on X every day as well, 6 to 8 a.m. And of course, you can stream everything with the entire 24/7 broadcast network, louinfo.com. Once again, the site is louinfo.com. We love it when you like, subscribe, share the show. And if you want to get involved from an advertising standpoint, or you have any information for us, story ideas, or guest, and you don't want to do it on the chat line, you can email us, archcitynow@gmail.com, archcitynow@gmail.com. Just like, subscribe, share the show. Let people know what we're doing, how we're doing this, and so forth. And of course, we tell you we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. And following us at 8 to 10 a.m. is Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. It is Friday. It is Friday the 13th, June 13th. Our time is 6:47. A little bit rainy throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. We've had sunshine for the past few days or so got to enjoy that. Now, not so great today, but let's get some things done. We were told by Pro Joe, producer Joe, that tattoos can be at a discount, deals to be had on Friday the 13th. Had no idea about that. Glad to get that update. And not so great news, the Cardinals did not do so great again last night. Lost to the Brewers. They've lost 5 straight. They got to find their mojo somehow, some way. Coming up at 7:30ish, we are scheduled to speak with Chuck Wallace from the Bommarito Automotive Group, promoting the huge weekend of racing in the St. Louis metropolitan area with the Bommarito 500. The best Indy drivers from around the country coming to town. Looking forward to that weekend. If you haven't been, you should check it out. You really should, at least once. And people who go usually love to go back because it's a terrific event, a weekend event that we didn't have before. And of course, it's a huge economic impact for the St. Louis metropolitan area. Glad for that. Oh, Pro Joe, here's one for you I was told about. Clayton has its first marijuana facility.
Oh,
In
yeah?
Clayton. Yeah. So there you go. I don't know what took so long.
Yeah.
It seems like every community has a marijuana shop, whether people like it, agree with it, whatever. I mean, they're everywhere. And St. Louis became massively popular. And of course, the content, I can't remember what state it was, but Missouri sold more marijuana last year than some massive state. Blew my mind. Like it became one of the largest sellers in the country. I know. It was like, huh? What? People from other states, the surrounding states were coming into Missouri to buy their marijuana. I can't remember why it was, but when we are told that, when somebody lets us know, we'll be like, oh, yeah, of course, that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's why people would come in. So that's one for you there as well. Events for the weekend. St. Louis City SC Soccer Club has a game tomorrow at 3:30 against the LA Galaxy. You've also got a concert Saturday night, tomorrow night, Hollywood Amphitheater, Dave Matthews Band. So, and I don't know if that's sold out, but I do know that those tickets were getting close to being sold out. I did see that. So it is what it is. All right, guys. Nelly, who's from St. Louis, talking about what's happening in the St. Louis area, headlines, things making news all across the area, all across the metro area. Nelly has made some news. He's married to Ashanti. They had a thing over 10 years ago. They broke it off and then got back together in 2023, just under a year and a half ago. Had a baby. He's got a little boy named Kareem, KK. Had him in 2024. So now they're pulling back the curtains on their life. People do this. Do they really like to do this? Is it for money? Whatever the case. Does it help them as a relationship? But Nelly and Ashanti have a new reality series starting called We Belong Together. The We Belong Together reality series. It's scheduled to come to Peacock starting June 26th. So Nelly has a reality show June 26th with Ashanti. It's an 8-episode series that's going to go behind the scenes of Nelly and Ashanti's lives as they, quote, rekindle their love, navigate the ups and downs of being newlyweds, new parents, and juggling their careers.
I had no idea he was with Ashanti to begin with. That makes a difference
know what,
in
it's
whether
funny.
I'll actually watch the show, by the way.
Why? Because you like Ashanti?
Well, I
do.
I had no idea who his girlfriend was to begin with. So
Here's the thing. We all get busy in life. We got a lot of things going on. My girlfriend actually told me this about 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, he's with Ashanti. She's like, yeah.
See,
You didn't know that?
all right.
It's like, no, I don't know that. Sorry. I
Silly
didn't know
me,
it.
yeah.
Well, the first trailer for the series came out last night, featuring Nelly and Ashanti going back and forth about a myriad of topics sitting right next to each other, relationship, lifestyles. So Nelly says, with our lives moving so fast, we're not perfect, but we can work our way through it. So they actually began dating back in 2003, a long time ago. And then this is their second chance. They rekindled the flame in 2023. And then they also had their child. So, I mean, obviously they're a powerhouse music couple. And we'll see how the show goes, see if it works well with Peacock. Get them those episodes. Nelly did tell Love and Hip Hop's Rashida and Kirk Frost last year, you be like, yo, let me see exactly what they see. Because we can all be defensive sometimes in our own relationships. We know we're wrong, but we're going to stand on it. But we all a victim to that. So we'll see what it is. You can watch it on YouTube as well. Peacock, Yeah, I was just reading some of the trailers and things. So go get them, Nelly. Woo! I love that. Ric Flair says,
woo!
I love it. There you go. Okay.
Hey, it's the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo!
I love it. He's probably friends with Nelly. They might be friends, my friend. They just might
Most
be.
likely, yeah.
They might be friends. We love it. We try to have some fun around here as well. Also, from the chat line, there's a new HBO show coming next year where the story is set in St. Louis. Jason Bateman of Ozark And other just he's so easy to like. He's so good.
I heard about this.
So did I. I was told about this. I was getting to it, but the chat line beat me to it by 30 seconds. There's a new HBO show coming next year where the story is set in St. Louis with Jason Bateman and David Harbour called DTF St. Louis. Now, here's the deal. What are you laughing about?
No, go ahead. I have a feeling I know where you're going with this.
Okay, you know what? Forgive me. I had to ask what DTF was.
Exactly.
Forgive me for being.
You're forgiven.
For just being a straightforward guy.
Yeah.
DTF. Yeah. I was told it's down to
fornicate.
Yeah. Or something else. Why are they dirtying up St. Louis even more? Stop it.
It's Jason Bateman, though.
Well, he'll be a draw to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I read into this. So it's DTF St. Louis. I'm told this show will not be shot in St. Louis.
What?
No, it's scheduled to be shot in Atlanta.
Okay.
Called St. Louis, shot in Atlanta. Maybe in the future there may be some episodes shot. What was Ozark shot in Ozarks?
There were some scenes, yeah. Not all of them, but yeah.
So DTF in St. Louis are going to shoot in Atlanta. No plans to shoot in St. Louis as of now. But then I started reading the trailer. I'm like, okay, it's not for me. It's a guy. Let me look this up again. I'll give you the act. So what you have is you've got, yeah, I was looking this up. Okay, just so people know who it is. It's the Abbott Elementary star Chris Perfetti and Wednesday star Joy Sunday. And it's about three adults who are all in a physical relationship together, all with each other. And then there's a murder.
Oh.
So, and then I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
DTF St. Louis.
Sounds very St. Louis.
Go to it. HBO.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to see if it got picked up for 7 episodes by HBO. If you see that, hey, we just talk about what's happening throughout the St. Louis area, and
classic
or St. Louis-esque, those sorts of things. We do everything on this show: sports, news, weather, entertainment, food, tattoos. Clearly,
well, it just sounds like something that's going to put a great light on St. Louis.
All righty then. St. Louis, DTF, St. Louis.
Shot in Atlanta.
Shot in Atlanta. Well, I mean, I don't know if they have the movie tax credits in Georgia. They might. I mean, when I lived in Michigan and worked in Michigan, that's where I was in those movies. There was always a reporter that needed to be in a movie, and the film tax credits, the tax incentives came to the state of Michigan, and all of a sudden all these movies were shot in Michigan. And they always needed a reporter. I mean, I'm not kidding. I went on these auditions and it was a blast. Got to be in Batman, Superman. It was fun. Home Run Showdown. What was the Highland Park? And it's funny, even though my voice was only used in Batman, Superman, literally an entire 8-hour day. For sure, I'm going to be in that damn movie. For sure. In a helicopter scene. Nope. He's gone. After 8 hours, they said, no soup for you. You're gone. But I still get royalties. I still get between, I don't know, $75 every quarter. Something like that. That was from 2006 or 2007. That's how the movie works with these people. You get in there and you get paid for life. You get the royalties, which is just freaking bizarre. So thank you, listener Greg, jumping in the chat line to let us know about the HBO series called DTF St. Louis. Wonderful. Great.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. This is Arch City now. I'm Vic Faust. Pro Joe is who I talked to on the other side, also known as Wilson. He is St. Louis's Wilson. We're streaming on X and we're streaming on YouTube at Arch City now. Check everything out that's happening with our show and network. You can stream us all the time from anywhere. LouInfo.com. Once again, LouInfo.com. If you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. The phone number is 855-282-0033. 8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Kind of a dreary morning, a little wet gray morning throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, not like the sunshine that we've had, the strawberry moon that we had this week, the hazy sunshine skies from the Canadian fires. But it is a Friday morning. We're here to the weekend trying to get you guys started on what is usually the final day of the work week for many people. Not everybody, but for many people. Also, Father's Day is coming up this Sunday. What are you doing for dad, if anything? Where are some places to go? Where do you like to eat? And what is a good gift to get? Projo also threw out a really good tattoo shop. It's Friday the 13th. Do you get into that? Do you believe in that?
Ink Spot Troy. And of course, I get into tattoos.
Ink Spot Troy. Once again, Ink Spot Troy. I don't know. I'll start on my sleeve maybe next Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
No better time to start than now.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. This is Art City Now with Vic Faust. We are the information station, live and on demand at luinfo.com. Coming back, we'll reset everything for the top of the hour here. Plus, we'll get into the latest, some of the other things that are happening this Friday and what's happening at that St. Louis to make sure that no protest happened here over the weekend. Back with more right after this.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios. This is the Lou Information Station, KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. Israel carried out preemptive strikes against Iranian nuclear and military sites, which led Iran to send more than 100 drones into the Jewish state. IDF spokesperson Brigadier General Effie Defrin says the right decision was made.
We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon that would be a danger to Israel and the entire world.
All this comes just after President Trump confirmed the U.S. was pulling some staffers from the Middle East amid rising tensions. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says there was no U.S. involvement in the strikes. Anti-immigration enforcement protests continue in cities around the nation. Border Patrol Union Vice President Art Del Cueto criticized California Governor Gavin Newsom for his response to the protest in Los Angeles.
I was shocked when you had politicians, going out there against ICE agents for doing their jobs. But now to have a governor say, I'm perfectly comfortable with the chaos in my state, don't bring the National Guard, who would not want more help?
In Las Vegas, police declared an unlawful assembly after protesters gathered near the Federal Tower, which houses ICE, and went on to march at other locations. Seattle also has seen demonstrations and a curfew in effect for Spokane. Protesters get around the curfew in Los Angeles by moving outside the curfew zone.
The curfew zone is a 1 square mile area of downtown LA. Demonstrators simply moved a few blocks over to Koreatown Wednesday night to continue protests. Dozens more people arrested after an unlawful assembly was declared. They include a driver arrested on suspicion of an assault with a deadly weapon after allegedly driving through a skirmish line. The driver led police on a high-speed pursuit before finally being caught. I'm Jim Roop.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 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 855-SHARE-40.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198.
Listen up, fellow timeshare owners. If you're a timeshare owner and you want out at all costs, you're done, frustrated, tired of wasting money, you don't use the darn thing. Get out now. Hire the best Bulldog timeshare cancellation team in the business. Their in-house legal team, headed by a timeshare cancellation lawyer, can help you fight the biggest and baddest companies out there that sell timeshare. At some point, you were using your timeshare, but now you're not, and you're tired of wasting money. Before you go to the poorhouse, call right now and learn how you can stop the maintenance fees and put more money back in your pocket. Their services cost you a lot less than you think, and you'll save a lot of money over time. Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline now. It's a free consultation.
800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. That's 800-824-5131.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show here on a Friday morning, Friday the 13th, June 13th. We're live, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to get things going. 7:05 is the time. The weather not so great on a Friday morning, but who knows? We got a lot of time for the rest of the day. Maybe some things will change from that standpoint. We certainly hope so. We hope so. From the chat line, you can jump in on the chat line as always via YouTube and X. I see people jumping in. The chat line includes your comments from X and YouTube. We appreciate that as well. Not quite sure what this means from the chat line. Coming in 2027. Oh, brother. Spaceballs 2, Return of the Schwartz. Mel Brooks would be reviving his role as Yogurt. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. Thanks for updating us on everything that's happening there.
Isn't Mel Brooks passed?
Yeah, exactly. I think that was tongue in cheek, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. We do invite the comments. We invite it all on. We're glad you're with us. Happy Father's Day Friday edition for all the dads out there doing what you are doing. Being the strength that you need. You are a role model. It helps when you show up, no matter what. Love to see the kids. I've got older kids now, and you do everything you can. Obviously, we'll make some mistakes as fathers. We can't be perfect, but you just keep trying. You just keep doing it over and over and over, being there, having a good heart, doing what you can. So what are you getting dads for Father's Day? Let us know from that standpoint. Secondly, what are the type of things to do throughout the area this weekend? Feel free to let us know. It may get somebody else an idea to, oh yeah, we can do this or we can do that. We're on YouTube, Arch City Now, Lou Info. You can also listen to us on X streaming. And of course, you can stream us at louinfo.com, louinfo.com. Coming up, by the way, following us Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. is Hot Take Central 2.0 with former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim Hayes. They have a really fun, entertaining, energetic show Monday through Friday. Greg says no Brooks is alive and it's real. Just announced yesterday he was not being funny. So Pro Joe, catch up with your celebrities. You got to catch up with your celebrities.
Hey, you just said he was passed.
Only
too.
because I was following your lead. Yes. And if you told me to jump off a bridge, I would as well.
Okay.
Okay. Dads, happy Father's Day from that. Like, subscribe, share the show. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods. From the chat line, are you really getting a sleeve, Vic? Maybe. Who knows? Why not? Why not? I will not. I will not give a final answer on that right now. I just think it'd be fun. Start walking around with the sleeve, and then I'll just get rid of it when I'm done with it. So it'll be all good.
Yeah, because it's so easy.
So easy. So easy to get it done. And we're told that you can get some of those deals throughout the St. Louis area for Friday the 13th on tattoos. Go figure. Who knew everything that was happening in St. Louis? We're here to promote St. Louis. We're here to talk about St. Louis. What are people talking about? Get a pulse of that. Having those conversations with you early in the morning as people are getting up. We do see lots of people coming in and watching on the different platforms that we're on, and we appreciate that. Cardinals lost again last night in Milwaukee. Final score there was 6-0. Lost to a rookie pitcher making his debut. It can happen. This has happened in the past. Maybe they don't know what he's throwing. They got to see him a few times. Nonetheless, the kid that Milwaukee threw is a terrific pitcher, but they got shut out. And that's sad. They're now 6 games behind the Cubs. They've lost 5 in a row. The offense was non-existent. They've had some problems with pitching. They just got to find a way to get it together, because right now this is definitely a club that's reeling, while the Brewers are a team that's going the other direction. And St. Louis still has 3 more games in Milwaukee. Also, overtime winner last night for the Edmonton Oilers. They get it done. They were down 3-0 in that game. They come back. They win 5-4 in OT. That series tied at 2 games apiece. St. Louis City SC hitting the turf tomorrow. 3:30 is the time in St. Louis against the LA Galaxy. Might be a great event to go take dad to if you don't have tickets yet. Hopefully the weather holds off, and we'll see what happens with that. Also coming up this weekend, we've got the Bommarito 500. First of all, it's a terrific event for the St. Louis metropolitan area. Second of all, great economic impact as well. We'll talk with Chuck Wallace of the Bommarito Automotive Group, the hardest working man in racing, coming up at 7:30 to promote everything that's happening throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area regarding this race. The U.S. Open also beginning second round play today. Oakmont, one of the most difficult golf courses in America. J.J. Spahn, an unlikely leader at 4 under, coming into the second round today. We'll see where that goes. But of course, in St. Louis, we love our golf. Governor Mike Kehoe has activated the National Guard just in case. He says it's a proactive approach because of possible planned protest in advance against immigration policies from our current administration. Is it needed after what we saw on Thursday? I don't know. Probably not. But a lot of things in life, we see proactive approaches being taken just in case, to maybe say, okay, here's a deterrent. If you do this, here is the deterrent. This is what's going to happen. To make sure that protests, as he said, are done peacefully and lawfully. You gotta follow the laws, just like everybody else. Without laws, there's chaos. Without chaos, there's anarchy. With anarchy, you have all kinds of craziness going on. That's when people get hurt. That's when property gets damaged. That's when looting occurs. All the stuff that we've seen in LA that should not be happening.
So my question to you is, should LA have done this preemptively, not knowing that there would have been any violence? Like, should they have, done this preemptively?
Well, they could have done something quicker.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Once something starts, you don't always know. I mean, maybe you get some vibes, you hear some things.
Right.
Yeah. But come on, we already know.
Right.
There's political leaders in LA saying there's nothing to see here. There's no violence. There's no smoke, fire, violence.
Right.
I mean, business owners are saying something else. It just got out of hand. I mean, everybody can see that. There's a difference between free speech and doing something legally, and then obviously taking it over the top.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I have no discrepancies with that whatsoever. Yeah. It's the fact that we're deploying the National Guard so early before anything.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be deployed, but what does that mean? I mean, National Guard will be out and about. Just they're activated. They're on guard. They're ready to make sure nothing happens or people get out of hand.
One little trip and we're at what is that? Martial law.
Yeah. No, I get it. I do. I don't know what the hell I would put on a tattoo, guys. Okay, we got into that subject today. I have no idea whatsoever what would happen with that. Shout out, did you, okay, Projo, you were talking about something with Lion's Choice yesterday. Lion's Choice was a topic earlier in the week in the show. We talk about everything local. What was it exactly that you were trying to show me or tell me about when it came to Lion's Choice this week?
Well, you had been talking about Lion's Choice the previous days, so they just so happened to have a buy one get one. I forget what it was for. Greg might be able to let me
Wait a
know.
minute, is it still going on?
I don't know. I think that was yesterday.
A 1 day deal?
Yeah. We should have mentioned it yesterday. However, I don't remember what it was for though. There was a reason behind it.
From the chat line, we don't destroy our city after we win a sports championship like other cities do. Better behavior. Yeah, act like you've been there before. No doubt about that. But we like to give shout outs to people, individuals, businesses that you want to give shout outs to. That's why we ask for your guys' help in doing that. You guys let us know. You can jump in on the chat line on YouTube and on X, Arch City Now. That's where you can do it. Or you can go to our email, archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, archcitynow@gmail.com. So Tasty Foods has done a poll, and I think this is one of the most difficult food pollings you could ever possibly do. They put out the best Mexican restaurant in each state. The best Mexican restaurant in each state. In the state of Missouri, St. Louis gets the nod. Not Kansas City, not Springfield, not Columbia, not Cape Girardeau. St. Louis. Manchester. The name of the place is El Hericho Taqueria.
You do and you'll clean it up.
El Hericho Taqueria.
You do and you'll clean it up.
What?
Something my grandpa used to say when there was something unpronounceable said. You do and you'll clean it up.
Okay. El Hericho Taqueria. So that's your number one Mexican restaurant in the state of Missouri. Has anybody been there? I haven't.
Neither have I.
I have not been to El Hericho and Taqueria. El Hericho, it's in a shopping center. It's in Manchester. The lettering is red. It's a hidden gem. What they say is, quote, it's a hidden gem tucked inside a Mexican grocery store, serving up some of the most authentic tacos in Missouri. The moment you walk in, the smell of freshly grilled meats fills the air. Their al pastor tacos, cooked to perfection on a vertical spit, are bursting with smoky, savory flavors. Each dish served on handmade tortillas, making every bite taste like a trip to Mexico City.
Sounds wonderful.
El Hericho. Check it out. If anybody's had El Hericho, let us know.
I bet they have great margaritas.
But if they did, and I don't know, maybe they're not including the liquor. If they did, they should have been talking about that.
Yeah, you would think. Maybe they're trying to stay away from the typical, the Americanized Mexican experience.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I'm trying to think of favorite Mexican restaurant places that I've had, and I really can't. I
like Chuy's.
And that's kind of a national brand, isn't it?
I think so. There's actually Chihuahuas out in Troy is a really good Mexican restaurant.
Well, you're a St. Charles County guy.
I am.
So you always bring up the St. Charles County.
Well, Lincoln County is Troy, but yeah.
A western part of St. Louis Metro.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that place?
Chihuahuas of all names, yeah. It's probably the most popular in that area.
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to put a Hacienda. Somebody gave a vote for Hacienda. Of course, Hacienda. It's been around for a long time as well. But named number one in the state of Missouri. But you know what? If I'm over in that neck of the woods, or when I'm on Manchester or in Manchester, I'm going to go check it out. I'll see what we got. But I've also heard the difference between Mexican food, real Mexican food, and like Tex-Mex. I don't know. You guys tell me. Real Mexican food maybe isn't as it doesn't have as much flavor as Tex-Mex? I mean, because most of our places, I'm told, are Tex-Mex.
So
Tex-Mex.
I do know that the only place you can get chimichanga in Mexico is on a resort. That's an Americanized dish.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
I think that might be the difference of some of these places. Some of them are definitely more authentic Mexican menus rather than Americanized. Like I'm pretty sure a hard time. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Well, it is. I mean, check it out, El Derecho. I don't know if you guys have other places you want to give a shout out for that. You can do that too. Yeah, I do like Hacienda. A lot of times it depends on where you live. I've always felt there's, at least a decent Mexican place. I mean, everybody's El Maguey. Okay, I know there's El Maguey all over the place. And I do like El Maguey, so it just depends on what you guys like. We were told that yesterday was National Roast Beef Day. So you bought one and you got one free. Did not know that at Lion's Choice. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, those are expensive. They add up.
Mm-hmm.
National Roast Beef Day.
I mean, we're talking at least a $10 sandwich at Lion's Choice.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And
the King roast beef, I know for sure is.
So Tasty Foods giving a shout out to El Derecho Taqueria in Manchester, the Mexican grocery store with tacos that apparently are to die for. So we appreciate that, getting the news out there. If you want to give us a call, actually, we got to take a quick break. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're scheduled in the next 10 minutes to talk with Chuck Wallace of the Bommarito Automotive Group, previewing the Bommarito Automotive Group 500 this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway. We'll be back with more. You're listening to Arch City Now. We are the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com.
She's interviewed over 17,000 authors, athletes, actors, entrepreneurs, and more. Tune in late nights at 11 p.m. for America Tonight with Kate Delaney, only on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. The Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance is warning about potential post-disaster scams following the May 16th tornado. Scammers can pretend to represent government agencies and offer contract work. Price gouging is also a concern, and if you see sky-high prices on essential items, those should be reported. Scammers can also claim to be affiliated with charities, so do the research on any organizations you plan to donate to. To report fraud, contact the Missouri Department of Commerce. A pedestrian was struck by 2 vehicles early Thursday morning while walking on Highway 141 in Jefferson County. Missouri State Highway Patrol said it happened on southbound Highway 141 between Fielder Lane and Romaine Creek Road. An investigation is continuing. A new bill requires permits for all public fireworks displays, including those held by cities, fairs, and amusement parks, to be submitted to the state fire marshal at least 10 days in advance. Increased inspections at fireworks stands will also be happening this 4th of July. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. I'm Jen Austin.
Here is your louinfo.com weather update. A few isolated showers and thunderstorms keeping us company through the overnight. We will drop down into the upper 60s. Widespread showers and thunderstorms this evening through Friday. Our high on Friday will be just over 80. Friday night, 50-50 chance of showers and storms. Overnight, low upper 60s. Chance of scattered rain and thunder on Saturday, a high near 85. And isolated showers and storms Sunday, a high mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Sally Russell for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306.
I didn't see your phone. So if you click that link, I didn't see it.
0306.
Listen up, fellow
I
timeshare
didn't
owners.
hit to
if
go
you're
in
a
yet.
timeshare owner and you want out at all costs, you're done.
Yeah, if you wanna test it.
frustrated, tired of wasting money, you don't use the darn thing. Get out now. Hire the best Bulldog timeshare cancellation team in the business. Their in-house legal team, headed by
I
a
see it.
timeshare cancellation lawyer, can help you fight the biggest and baddest companies out there that sell timeshare. At some point, you were using your timeshare, but now you're not, and you're tired of wasting money. Before you go to the poorhouse, call right now and learn how you can stop the maintenance fees and put more money back in your pocket. Their services cost you a lot less than you think, and you'll save a lot of money over time. Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline now. It's a free consultation.
800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. That's 800-824-5131.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow all the station social media accounts and podcasts. Find out how at luinfo.com. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. It's Friday the 13th, June 13th, 7:25 is our time. A little bit of a wet Friday morning for you. You guys have heard me all week talk about how big the Bommarito 500 is, what it does for St. Louis, why it's such a national attraction, and of course, the economic impact goes without saying. To talk more about the weekend's events is the hardest working man in racing, Chuck Wallace. Chuck, welcome into the show on a Friday morning. Thank you for getting up early with us, but early for many people, but for you, you've been working for 2-3 hours already. Hey, bud, good morning. Where do we stand setting things up on a Friday before the big weekend?
Good morning, Vic. Thanks for having me. We're out here at the track, been out here all week. Things are going well. The track's in great condition. I mean, obviously we have some rain. I think we're gonna get through that, but the atmosphere is exciting. Everything's coming together. The place is beautiful. All the transporters are here. Everybody's loading in yesterday and today. So today's going to be a really exciting day.
Can we talk about tickets from a standpoint of what people can expect? We've been promoting it as just a terrific family-friendly event, Father's Day weekend as well. I mean, I can't think of a better place to go and celebrate.
No, actually, WWT.com, the Worldwide Technology Raceway, you can get tickets. In fact, Chris has been talking about it. They've got a family package there. I think it's $66
Wow.
to in celebration of the Route 66 promotion, and it's $66 for 2 adult tickets, 2 children's tickets, 2 hot dogs, 4 hot dogs, 4 Cokes.
That's a lot. Get a quiet there talking with Chuck Wallace from the Bommarito Automotive Group and with the 500 race that's this weekend. When this all came together, here you are years later after putting this race here, putting St. Louis on the map as a racing destination. Are you still hearing how enjoyable it is, a weekend of racing in St. Louis?
Yeah, this is our 9th year. It's been pretty exciting. I can't believe it's 9 years already. Actually, we've had 9 years with 10 races. We did the double during COVID in 2020. But yeah, no, it's exciting. This year they moved it to June. They swapped it from August to June. So it's really going to be a great turnout.
What do you think is something to highlight if people haven't been to a weekend of racing?
Oh, I think it's not like excuse me, it's not like a stick and ball sport. I mean, you can get up close and personal with these guys. You can walk into the pits. I mean, you've been here. You can go to the garage, talk to the drivers, look at the engineers, watch them work on the cars, get autographs. Very, very fan friendly. There's a lot of things to do for the whole family here. You got the Midway with all kinds of food and festivities. It's not just racing. It's a weekend. It's an entire weekend event.
It really is. If people don't know, talking about and promoting the Bommarito 500 group coming up, it has to be, from an economic the standpoint. I don't know if you have the numbers in front of you, but every year it's like, my gosh, the amount of people, the amount of money that gets pushed into our St. Louis community because of this event that you guys have put together.
Well, I don't know what the numbers are this year, but I know in past years it's been about $55 million.
Gosh, that's
local economy.
a huge total as well. And I mean, this isn't just people from the St. Louis metropolitan area here. You're talking to people from all across the Midwest, I'm sure.
Yeah, IndyCar racing is very international. You got people from all over the world that chase these cars, but a lot of Chicago people, a lot of Kentucky people, a lot of Kansas City people. There's people from all across the country here. A lot of camping. I mean, Curtis and the track have done. If you haven't been out here for a while, this track is amazing. It's beautiful. The investment that's been made. I mean, it's upgraded every year. A lot of camping facilities, a lot of places to stay around here.
And when you talk to drivers, for the people that really get into the intricacies of the sport when it comes to driving on the track, if you can remind people, drivers really have to think when they're on this track. It's not just get in the car. These drivers are top-notch athletes as it is, and their minds are working all the time. But they do have to think a little bit more on this track, don't they?
Yeah, it's not a normal track. It's not. It's not a super speedway, but it's not a small speedway. It's a paperclip, they call it. You got to set the car up differently. It's a whole different. 1 and 2 is totally different than 3 and 4. 1 and 2, you got to throttle off a little bit, feather it off, and then full speed through 3 and 4. So it's an exciting track. In fact, I was talking to Chris earlier today, and last year they set a record at this track. I want to say over 600 passes at this track last year. It's very exciting, and the drivers love it. The drivers love this place.
Well, we love them coming into town too. That's for sure. What does it mean for the Bommarito Automotive Group to be able to do this every year? I mean, you guys dominate from a car sales standpoint throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area and providing great service. And then you're providing an incredible event when it comes to racing. There has to be something that's emotional about seeing this come together every year.
Well, when this thing first came together 9 years ago, maybe actually 10 years ago when it started, but just a way to give back to the community, invest in the community, and bring world-class racing back to St. Louis. I mean, this is a privately held track. I don't know if people know that, but you've got NHRA here, you've got NASCAR, we got Xfinity coming next year or this year too. You got IndyCar racing. I mean, it's just an incredible opportunity, and I don't know, just to see. It's been a lifelong dream for me personally. I love racing. But to be involved at the level we're in, it's just great to see families come out and people have a good time and bring the investment to the city. I mean, there's a lot of money that comes through here because of this racetrack.
Well, I'll say it. Nobody else will. I know we wouldn't necessarily have Bommarito involved in all of this and making it what it is if it wasn't you with that passion and pushing John and others. And hey, we can do this. You got to have the vision before you can do something. I know that you had a vision. Curtis had a vision. And then, of course, it's been brought to life here throughout the St. Louis area. When does everything really get going this weekend? What fans can expect in getting out to the track?
It's kind of exciting. Yesterday, they started loading in. All the transporters are here out in the parking lot. So everything will start coming together today to put the place in race mode. But tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow you've got the Infinity Next series. They're going to race. I think they qualify tomorrow. Looks like the weather's going to cooperate, but no, everything kicks off tomorrow as far as the fans go.
Hey, Chuck, anything else that we missed that you want to make sure that all the viewers and listeners throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area should know about?
Yeah, we've got AJ Foyt Racing, number 14, Bommarito Chevrolet in the race. Root for that car. That's Santino Ferrucci. He's going to be coming in here pretty hot. He finished 5th at Indianapolis, which was a great finish for him and the Foyt organization. And they finished 2nd in Detroit to go. So he's coming in here, loves the track. I think we feel like we have a really good chance here. So root for the number 14 Bommarito Chevrolet.
There you go. That's the home driver, Chuck Wallace from Bommarito Automotive Group. Chuck, thanks for the time. Thanks for getting us in. I know you've got a lot going on today. We'll see you out at the track.
All right, Vic. Thanks for having us. Thank you very much.
All right. Love talking with Chuck. He really is the hardest working man in racing. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500, something really to take pride in St. Louis. And then there's your driver, the number 14. Check it out coming up this weekend over at Bommarito Automotive Group 500. It's Father's Day weekend. Check out clearly online. Check out those packages for Father's Day. That's a lot. You get a lot for the price. Great value, great racing, terrific way to relax, have some fun, watch race cars get around. You really do get up and personal. And then if you're somebody that likes cars and you like to hear those engines roar, that'll excite you. First time you hear that, give you goosebumps. I remember going into the pits. I was like, this is pretty damn cool.
I've done some photo and video over there, and that's definitely an experience. If you've never been, you need to go.
Yeah, the video and Nats of that, getting up the Nat sound. When I say Nats, amazing. These engines and what they're able to do, and the high performance, and the calculations with everything, and just how everything is so damn exact. It blows my mind. But anyway, I'm just grateful to see what's been made pretty much out of nothing here in the St. Louis area. Obviously, with Curtis, the track owner, you've got Chuck, who we were just talking about, and of course, John Bommarito, helping put that together. This is Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Everything St. Louis. If you want to give shout outs to anybody or anything, you can do that right here. We give that to you. It is the weekend. It is Friday. Obviously, the weather's supposed to get a little bit better, which is what we're hoping for. And then, of course, you got plans. It's the weekend. If there's something that's heading on this weekend that we don't know about, let us know. Somebody told us the aquarium, the St. Louis Aquarium, is starting something called the Summer of the Shark this weekend as well. So you can go check that out. We talked about the soccer game, St. Louis City SC tomorrow, and Bommarito Automotive Group 500. That's happening. Cardinals are out of town, and you guys will keep us posted on everything else that's going on. When we talk about the city and what we're trying to do, it's about what's happening in your neck of the woods. What are people in St. Louis talking about? Giving you the headlines for Friday, heading into the weekend. You guys are telling us your favorites. You're keeping us posted on everything else that's happening throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. From a weather standpoint, today, high of about 76, some showers, some thunderstorms. You go with the flow with that. It's supposed to get a little bit better tomorrow. Some clouds and some sunshine. Hopefully we get out of that, and that's just it. Temperature about 83, so it'll be a nice summer day. That's for sure when we look at everything that's happening around town. You can watch us right now on YouTube at Lou Info. You can watch us at Arch City Now. And of course, we are streaming on X at Arch City Now. Coming up after us from 8 to 10 o'clock, it's Cam Jansen. It's Jim the Cat Hayes, Hot Take Central 2.0, bringing you all kinds of information on a Friday as well. Also, what are you guys doing for Father's Day this weekend? What kind of gifts do you have? What things are happening that you guys can tell us about as well? We like to promote it. We like to do anything and everything we can to get that word out as well. Okay. When it comes to, what do we have there? Other headlines and news, we'll get into that coming up after the break. If you're just joining us, you didn't hear, Nelly has a new reality TV show coming out with his wife, Ashante. It debuted last night. It's airing on Peacock. The official release is supposed to be June 26th. Once again, June 26th on Peacock. They had a showing, I believe what called last night, where it just showed them sitting side by side, just talking about life. They have a child together right now, of course, Nelly from the St. Louis area. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Promoting everything from that standpoint.
We did get a picture of a new viewer sent to us.
I'm sorry, you got what?
We got a picture of a new viewer.
A picture. Okay, yeah. I'm trusting you as a producer before we put this on.
Yeah, this is Morris the cat watching.
Morris.
Us. Yeah.
Hi, Morris.
This is Greg's cat, apparently.
Okay. All right. We got Morris. Morris is watching us. For those on the podcast, you can check out Morris. And of course, like, subscribe, share the show. Let people know what we got going on all throughout the show. What's going on? And special thanks to Chuck. When I had asked him to come on the show, he's like, well, I've got something at 6. I got something at 6:30. I'm like, whoa. There's not a lot of sleep for them when they put that together. When they're trying to do something really good throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. We know the race is something that is really good. I'm Vic Faust. We're here with Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday for 2 hours in the morning, getting you set, getting you started with everything that's going on throughout the area. There's a lot of people who love golf throughout the area. The U.S. Open's getting ready to start their second round today as well. That's something that would be fun to watch with the father all weekend, specifically the final day. U.S. Open Championship will be decided on Sunday on Father's Day as well. We've got another break coming up, or at least we've got another segment after the break. That segment's for you. Jump in, tell us what's going on. What should we know about this St. Louis weekend? Dave Matthews concert as well tomorrow night over at Hollywood Amphitheater. I was told the Avril Lavigne show last night was packed. Didn't hear if it was good or not. I just heard it was packed. I didn't know anybody specifically who was going, but you know, those concerts are coming up. What do people have as far as their plans for the weekend as well? If you want to give us a call, you can do that. 855-282-8255. It's 855-282-8255. This is Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust, Projo alongside. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the day and everything that's coming up throughout the St. Louis area. This is the Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Back with more right after this.
Want to learn about the best places to eat in the Lou? Tune in to Dinner Rush with Joe Fresta each Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Catch a Cardinals game on your next date night or friends night out. Whether it's love in the stands or laughter with your crew, nothing beats ballpark vibes under the lights. Cold drinks, great eats, and Cardinals baseball. Check out Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium and enjoy happy hour price food and drinks all game long. Every Friday home game. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com and make memories that go beyond the scoreboard. Busch Stadium, where great nights begin.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. The Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance is warning about potential post-disaster scams following the May 16th tornado. Scammers can pretend to represent government agencies and offer contract work. Price gouging is also a concern, and if you see sky-high prices on essential items, those should be reported. Scammers can also claim to be affiliated with charities, so do the research on any organizations you plan to donate to. To report fraud, contact the Missouri Department of Commerce. A pedestrian was struck by two vehicles early Thursday morning while walking on Highway 141 in Jefferson County. Missouri State Highway Patrol said it happened on southbound Highway 141 between Fielder Lane and Romaine Creek Road. An investigation is continuing. A new bill requires permits for all public fireworks displays, including those held by cities, fairs, and amusement parks, to be submitted to the state fire marshal at least 10 days in advance. Increased inspections at fireworks stands will also be happening this 4th of July. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. I'm Jen Austin.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. Some showers and thunderstorms around the area today. Low pressure from the southern plains moving up into our area, going up to 80 on the afternoon high. Rain looks pretty likely overnight, cloudy, and we're in the upper 60s. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, mid 80s, and maybe a shower or two on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Looking to get organized and support local? At St. Louis Closet Company, we've been designing custom closets and storage solutions right here in St. Louis for over 30 years. From walk-in closets to home offices and even pantries. We create personalized, organized spaces that fit your lifestyle and your space. Built locally and installed professionally. Call 314-781-9000 for your free estimate or visit stlouisclosetco.com today.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
The Lou Information Station content can be found online at louinfo.com, on our Lou Info YouTube page, and you can find all our local shows on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search by name or find all the links at louinfo.com. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is Arch City Now. It's a Friday morning. It's our final segment. It is Friday the 13th, June 13th. Glad you guys are with us. Projo in the house as well. I'm Vic Faust. You can watch us, of course, on YouTube at Arch City Now, and you can watch us on X at Arch City Now as well. Check out louinfo.com for everything that's happening with our network. We're here with you just for a little bit before we call it a day and hand it over to Hot Take Central 2.0 coming up at 8 o'clock. Cardinals on a 5-game losing streak. Not so great there. They're going to try to get back on track tonight. They're in Milwaukee. They have 3 more games. Problem is they've lost 5 in a row. They look lifeless, and they're playing another really good team. So Cardinals now 6 games out of first place, so they've got to find a way somehow, some way to get some things done. Bomber Root Automotive Group 500 coming up this weekend. Tomorrow and Sunday, we had Chuck Wallace from the Bomber Root Automotive Group in to promote that. St. Louis City has a big game tomorrow against the LA Galaxy. 3:30 is our time. I know this may sound weird, but they always seem to play better during the day. I don't know. They got to get back on track. They need some more wins. They got to get some more wins. NHL Stanley Cup Finals last night. Edmonton took care of business. They won 5-4 over Matthew Tkachuk's Florida Panthers. That series is now tied at 2 games apiece. There's also the UFL Championship going on this weekend, but with no Battlehawks, it's like, I don't know if a lot of people are talking about it. I really don't. I wish it was more of a big deal, but I don't know. Not a lot of people talking about what could be happening this weekend. Governor Mike Kehoe, by the way, has put into effect he's activated the National Guard. So they're here for what could be planned protests to immigration policies from our president. Agree or disagree? We'll see where the people get out, what they're doing. Do you think they should be protesting? It is a right to do it peacefully and to do it without any law breaking. But the National Guard in place just to make sure. What else have we had for the show today? We have learned that there are tattoo parlors that give discounts on Friday the 13th to drum up business. So there you go. Had no idea.
I was hoping to get a tattoo shop on the show to talk about that tradition and where it came from, because I'm really curious.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we can always do that too. We've talked about promoting anything and everything in St. Louis. Clayton, by the way, picking up its first marijuana dispensary. The business has been around St. Louis for a while now, but Clayton just now getting its first business, or at least opening the doors as well. Also, we've talked about If you haven't seen it yet, Tasty Foods naming the best Mexican restaurant in every state. And somehow, and I think that's impossible, but somehow, some way they came up with El Derecho in Manchester. For people who've been there, you can tell us, keep us posted on what you think of El Derecho. It's called El Derecho in Taqueria. Haven't been there? We'll have to check it out. They've got the red letters on the outside of the building, El Derecho. And if you want to give us a call to talk about anything, you can do so. 855-282-8255. The phone number to call us is 855-282-8255. We've also talked about the St. Louis Aquarium beginning their Summer of Shark. That's something you can do with Dad as well. Nelly and Ashanti starting a new reality series. We Belong Together is the name of it. It will be on Peacock. June 26th, they had a preview showing last night. We'll see how the ratings go with that. We'll see if they're able to pick up any steam when it comes to moving forward. Also, if you guys want to get involved in our chat line, you can do that as well. You do that by going to YouTube. YouTube at Arch City Now. So it's Arch City Now on YouTube, and then on X, Arch City Now as well. It's Father's Day. We've been looking for some ideas to get gifts for Dad. What did you get for Dad? Also, what kind of places do you like to go to? What is there to do throughout the St. Louis area? And also, we love to promote things. If there's something going on in the St. Louis area that we have not mentioned, let us know. Shout outs. We do the shout outs as well when it comes to what's happening throughout the area. And of course, weather is a big deal with wherever you go and whatever you do from that standpoint. All right. This is Arch City Now. We're here Mondays through Fridays, 6 to 8 a.m. Following us, Hot Take Central 2.0 from 8 to 10 o'clock. We've also got a lot of other niche programming opportunities for people if they want to get involved in, to jump in, to talk with us, to to talk with whomever, whatever it may be, food, music, you name it, anything, computers. If you have ideas, email us, archcitynow@gmail.com, archcitynow@gmail.com. We can help you get connected, how that could happen, how shows can be produced, and then, of course, how you can get people to watch your social medias, all of the above when it comes to getting involved with the Lou Information Station. That's louinfo.com. Once again, louinfo.com. From a sports standpoint, I also saw this come out yesterday. I know we have a lot of Mizzou fans, but Dennis Gates, their head basketball coach, was requested by the New York Knicks. They wanted to speak to him about their possible job opening. Mizzou shut that down really quick. So clearly, Dennis Gates has some clout in the coaching community. So I want to give a shout out to Dennis. I've met him. I respect him. And on top of it all, I like him. So hopefully that'll help him with recruiting at Mizzou, because we want to see Mizzou do what they need to do when it comes to the tournament as well. It is 7:51. It is Friday, June 13th in the St. Louis area. What are people talking about in the St. Louis area? Let us know. Give us a shout out for everything that could possibly be going on. One other thing, too, there is a new HBO series. At least they're going to give it a few episodes. I think it's 6 episodes they're going to start with. It's called DTF St. Louis. Jason Bateman is starring in the show. And it's going to be shot in Atlanta, though. So it's not being shot in St. Louis. It's shot in Atlanta. And, maybe at some point in time, if it catches some positivity, it catches a wind, it'll come back. Or maybe they'll do some shooting in St. Louis.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like they're really obsessed with authenticity.
Yeah, they could be. I don't know. It is what it is. This is Arch City Now on a Friday. Projo, you said you've got some plans for the weekend with your kids, correct?
I'm going August 9th to Shane Gillis for Father's Day.
Sorry, Shane Gillis coming in August. Matt Rife coming in September.
And then I'll probably be eating some steak over the weekend with my oldest son.
Okay, that sounds pretty damn good as well. We like that. From the chat line. Quote, Josh Hawley has revived the RECA bill. St. Louis might finally get some real help for those affected by the radioactive contamination. Obviously, Coldwater Creek situation. Josh Hawley was working on this before when Corey Bush was around too. We saw them actually working together, crossing aisles. 2 weeks ago, we told you about it. 6 homes were removed when it came to what was going on as well. From the chat line, Dave Green says DTF St. Louis. What does that stand for, Vic? Yeah. Down to fornicate. That's exactly what that stands for. I had to be taught that this morning because I'm just Angel Boy sitting here. Sorry, guys. And that happens quite a bit. Projo knows all the slang. He knows all the acronyms. And I'm like, DTF? What the hell is DTF? I'm sorry. DTF? Yeah. Tickets. Efforting those tickets for Matt Rife, Megan, 100%. You got that right. But I don't think it's bad to not know what freaking DTF is.
I'm surprised you didn't.
No, hell no, I didn't know what DTF was.
We're what was
Pole,
that?
St. Louis. Who else didn't know what DTF was?
Have you ever watched Jersey Shore? Were you ever a fan of that show?
Oh my God. No, I didn't.
Okay,
I was
they
told never to watch
popularized-
it.
they
I tried to
popularized
tell. I tried to tell my. Oh, for the love, Vic. I didn't. I'm sorry. Just Angel Dad over here. Sorry, guys. Angel Boy.
Angel
so
Boy.
yeah, Angel Boy, Skater Boy. I'll take it all. There you go.
You could be the nature
So
boy.
wait a minute. The who?
I said you could be the nature boy.
The who again? You're not.
Hey, it's the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo!
There he is. He knows what DTF is. He created it. Oh, brother. Here we go. Thanks. Hey, guys. And on a serious note, we're 2 weeks in. We get better all the time. We appreciate it. If you have story ideas, things that we need to shout out, people in your communities, let us know. If you want to get involved in the advertising, let us know from that standpoint. Guest ideas, things we should be covering, let us know. We know it's early in the morning. People are just waking up. They're getting rocking. They're getting rolling. But we want to do that as well. Yeah. Okay. I knew what GTL was. Gym Tan Laundry. I think I lived that lifestyle for a while.
Well, that was one of their terms as well.
So you're telling me that DTF began with Jersey Shore?
I believe that was my first run-in with that is
Okay.
on that show.
Megan's a New Yorker, and I like to tease that Jersey Shore represented New York. That didn't get very far. GTL. I'm more down with the GTL, or more so the GT.
Right. You don't do laundry?
Yeah. Oh, I do a lot of laundry. I do. I do a lot of laundry, my friend. But we appreciate you guys. We're 2 weeks in, not only with our show, but all the shows at luinfo.com. Check them out. So many good things happening right now. And it's only getting better, especially when you start something like this. Definitely looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to Father's Day. We'll check out a new place over in Cottleville, a new restaurant, Cottleville Village. So I'm going to head over there. There's great places all around the St. Louis metropolitan area. Cottleville really has, they really do. They have some, we've talked about their concert venue, new Cottle Village. It's packed. Try finding parking on a Friday or Saturday night throughout Cottleville with all the things that they have going on there.
The one place that I'll go specifically to Cottleville for is Menino's Market.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
The meat
God.
market. It's a good one.
Yeah. Italian meat market.
But we want to know it's the tavern. The tavern's where we'll be for,
Okay.
yeah.
Take
we'll-
lots of pictures and video.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we will. We'll check it out. It's a really good place that they put together over there. Steve Savage, formerly of Wheelhouse, he put together
wow.
Cottle Village. Just a really, really, really cool place. Yeah, Megan from the chat line says, love this place, new fave. It's just a really good place to go over there. Frankie Martin's already, our good friend Eric Johnson with Platinum Rock Legends. One of the best cover bands throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. They put 5,000 to 7,000 people at Frankie Martin's every time they play. Just a huge band throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area.
Is that the place with the outdoor stage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then less than a mile away, you've got Cottle Village now too. So those sorts of things are there. Greg says, happy Father's Day, Vic and Joe. May you get plenty of socks and underwear. Okay, that's all good. Oh, yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, we appreciate that. Also, We talked about Governor Kehoe activating the National Guard. Just try to have a good weekend. It's your right to protest if you want to throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, but please do it in a safe way, and do it in a way that's not hurting or affecting other people from a legal standpoint. Just not worth it. Hopefully the Cardinals can get back on track tonight. You have a chance to watch them as well. And when we talk about food, check out, remember, El Derecho voted #1 Mexican restaurant in the state of Missouri, in Manchester. Never heard of it. I'll have to check it out. I don't know how they do that. I know some people that love their El Maguey. Hacienda got some votes today as well. We'll get into that. Just lots of good places all around the St. Louis metropolitan area. But if there was a type of cuisine that St. Louis could probably use better of or more of, I think it would be Mexican throughout the St. Louis area. You don't think so?
There's so many
What would
Mexican
you?
restaurants.
What'd you think of all the restaurants? We got tons of Italian. We got tons of Chinese.
We need more Indian food. I'm
Indian.
sorry,
Well, I was going
love
to say Indian
food.
Thai. I like Thai food.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I do. Guys, we appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming up next. You can always watch us on YouTube and, of course, on X at Art City Now. We're also at Lou Info. A shout out for Las Margaritas. Love their margaritas. And, of course, we are the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. Have an awesome weekend.
Looking to get organized and support local? At St. Louis Closet Company, we've been designing custom closets and storage solutions.